Well, I'm out here at Lake Red Rock today, sweating like crazy, and that's okay. Found a tick too. Doing this for you guys, making some video. Let me show you what I got. I got the 18th scale Hobby Plus Convoy. Also got the 124th Range Rover from FMS, the FCX 24M. And I had this old box stock Deadbolt. In fact, all of these are box stock. Just opened them all three today. I've had the Deadbolt sitting in a box for quite a while. Found it on sale for $70 a while ago, several months. I'll be running these three all together just to show you how they drive. Of course, they're different scales, different wheel sizes, all of that. But the big difference is how they drive. As far as the Deadbolt, you can see it bouncing around, kind of springy, and struggles a bit. The other ones will struggle too. So anyway, as you watch, just keep that in mind. They're different scales, different wheel sizes, and just enjoy how they drive. And I'll make a few comments here and there. I bought this FMS a while ago too, also a couple of months. When they first came out, they had a real good price and got me all excited. And now here, the Convoy, 18th scale, that got me excited too, so I got one of those. With the Deadbolt, I knew what to expect because I've had quite a number of them. They're all modded out. This is my only stock one left. And boy, after modding, driving a stock one sure feels funny. I thought the FMS would drive a little different than it does, more like its bigger brother, the FCX 24. But I was surprised. For a 2-speed transmission, the low speed on first gear wasn't what I thought it would be, and not as precise as I was expecting. The Convoy, on the other hand, is very precise. That's what I usually look for, no matter what the scale. I like the precision, and it didn't disappoint. This is one of my favorite lines. You gotta go up and get the rear wheel just to the right height, and then pivot it over so you can turn right and get up on that little edge. Sometimes it's a challenge, and other times it seems to go easy, and I can't always figure out where exactly it needs to be to make it go easy. I can run it 3 times in a row, and it's different every time. I did not expect this to go up so easy with them smaller tires. Went right up, easiest of the 3 of them. The stock tires on the Deadbolt just don't cut it. But since I had them all box stock, I thought I'd just run them that way. Definitely better tires would really help this thing. But since they're all box stock, I thought I'd just go ahead and run them like they are. And it can still pull it off. This obstacle here I can only make with my modded vehicles, like the MB24 that I have brushless on and decent tires. I can do it with the Ascent 18 and do it with my FCX 24 Power Wagon. All 3 of them can do it just fine, plus others of mine. But none of these are going to make it this time. But still, you can see how they react when they're stressed and on the edge. The long body there in the back can be a hindrance sometimes, but in this case, it's a help. Keeps it from flipping over backwards. For a little while, anyway. I do want to add a quick note in here that what I'm telling you is just my opinion. I just went out and observed and drove, and this is how I see it. These are all 3 great rigs, and I'd be happy to buy any of them again. Just kind of doing a compare and contrast as I get to drive these things and have fun on a nice day. I think the difference is my other rigs have a lower center of gravity, and longer shock travel in some cases. And the brushless helps for precision. Plus the tires. Yeah, all of that. Not going to show you every time they rolled over. Happened a lot, but doesn't make interesting watching. So just picked a few out of the hat. This line was right on the edge of the Deadbolt's capabilities, and it came through like a champ. The smaller tires on this rig just made it so it had a terrible time getting up over that lip. Definitely can't take the same line, and it was quite a struggle. And the smaller tires come back to ding me again because now it's high centered. Just not enough reach on the tires. I tried another time with the same result, then decided this time I'd just take the bunny hill up and around. Sure looks cool crawling. Really looks great. The slow crawl in this Convoy has me really pleased. And the steering angle, really nice. Very happy with this purchase. I'm not one much for chrome. I do like the square body, but I'm not a big chrome guy, so don't know if I care for the roll bar, but that's just me. I might decide to paint it or remove it or something. Don't know yet. Haven't decided what mods I'll do to this thing yet. First time driving it, very happy. With the Deadbolt, I have a real tough time getting it to inch close. You kind of got to move up, but then when you move up, it wants to go too fast. So I have a tough time inching it down and then hitting the throttle to make it go. It's just lacking that precision I really look for. So the Deadbolt has to take the bunny hill. So the Rover is going to embarrass the Deadbolt here. It's definitely more precise, but it just wasn't as precise as I was expecting. Now the Hobby Plus does have the precision I was looking for. I can just ease it down nice and slow, just inch it a little bit. Very nice. I don't think I'll need brushless on this thing. Won't stop me from doing it though, but I really don't see that it would help all that much. It's really great as is. Just look at the springiness on the Deadbolt. That's one of the things that kind of turns me off. But, you know, shocks fix that. I've got a bunch of shocks over on the workbench. So it can be fixed. It just doesn't look pretty stock. The fact that it's having trouble going up this isn't completely its fault. Remember, it's a smaller scale than the Convoy that you just saw roll up. So it's definitely more susceptible to all them little holes that they tend to fall in. I ended up helping it here. Just couldn't get past that one spot. The FMS here doesn't look near as springy when it goes up. Has a more realistic look to it, which I like. I did have a little trouble with the steering. For some reason it was turning farther to the right than to the left. And that's something I can fix on the radio. I just didn't get it done while I was out here. I ended up giving this one some help too. And you notice the color changed. Clouds were coming over, and then the sun had come out, then more cloud, then more sun. Gorgeous day out here. Just a little on the hot side. Boaters are out here having fun too. Jet skis this time. This is another one of my favorite lines. Actually, off the screen, it's a little hard to get to this point. You'll see the other ones struggle to get up here. And once you get to this point, you kind of got a few lifts to go over. And then you got to hang a right and avoid going off the cliff to the right as you go swing around up there. So I'll show that in a separate clip because I'm running out of camera space here. Since this one struggled a bit, I couldn't get it lined up on the same line as the other rig. And that line may not have worked anyway, but definitely the approach had to change just because of the scale of the vehicle and definitely the size of the tires on this thing. So like I said earlier, focus more on how they drive and their precision versus the capabilities, since the scale and the tires are all different. You know, I think any scale can be fun if you've got it paired up with the right size obstacles. And so if you got small obstacles, you may want a smaller scale. Because after a while, a small obstacle on, a larger scale just gets kind of boring. There's no challenge to it. That's why I like different scales. I like different models too to see how they feel. My collection's getting pretty big. Gave it more help here. There's no shame in that. The long pauses on the deadbolt that you'll see when I just kind of sit here like this, mainly due to me just trying to scooch the throttle just a little bit without it lurching. And it's kind of hard to do. Then I'm always right on the edge, ready to back off if it lurches too much. And then here I'm just trying to back it up just a little bit to get a turn, and I ended up dropping off. Now I got to climb the thing again. And I was lucky to get it the first time because it's going to struggle after this. But of the three, it was the best for self-recoveries like you saw there. Here we're continuing up on that same slope I was just on, just different camera angle, and I placed them there just to complete the circuit. Because this is a fun part for me too, where you just kind of curve around and catch that left rear, and it'll pivot the front over. And it is just beautiful when you can do it just right. Really enjoy this line. Now the sun's behind a cloud again, just on that little bit. Now right there where the right wheel is right now, that's going to give the deadbolt some trouble because it just drops enough to tip it and roll it down. Here I was able to get by, again because of the precision was better. Pretty happy with this thing the more I drive it. I'm trying to get the deadbolt up just a little bit higher to avoid that drop off, but too high and you end up tilted too far anyway, and over it goes. And there the wheel fell in the hole. And we'll see if we can do it this time. Really slow, trying to be careful. Oh, did I do it? Now I'm in trouble though. Will I make it? Right on the edge. Oh, and the precision again. Backed up too far. This is a fun line they all can do. A little bit of a V-notch. Gives you plenty of clearance to get the transmission up through there. And when you get the notch, it kind of pinches the wheels together and gives you more traction than you'd have otherwise. Really fun little line. To me, this is where the scale looks really come in on this thing. Just looks gorgeous going up there. Got stuff on the roof rack, extra tires. Very nice. This has been one of my longer videos. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did have a good time making it. Got 3 gorgeous rigs out here, all with different capabilities, and they're all their little nuances. Lots of fun to try different things. And if you want to stick around, I'll try out this little jailbait out on the rocks in one of my next videos. I'm very happy with the slow crawl on this and got lots of ideas for improvements, and I'll be glad to show you that too. So, if you're not yet subscribed, now would be a great time. And happy crawling.